Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to explore how the future of warfare is changing. We'll cover some exciting and important topics like drone warfare, cyber warfare, stealth technology, hypersonic weapons, and the role of global trade and infrastructure. We'll look at the history behind these technologies and make some predictions about what the future might hold. So, let's get started. Let's start with drone warfare. Drones, also known as unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, are aircraft that operate without a human pilot on board. The idea of using unmanned vehicles in warfare isn't new. During World War II, the first pilotless aircraft, called the Kettering Bug, was developed by the United States. It was essentially an early cruise missile. However, it wasn't until the early 21st century that drones became a significant part of modern warfare. The US military started using drones like the Predator and the Reaper for surveillance and targeted strikes. These drones could fly for long periods, gather intelligence, and even launch missiles at targets, all while being controlled from halfway around the world. So, what's next for drone warfare? Well, the future is looking pretty advanced. We are seeing the development of swarms of small drones that can work together to overwhelm defenses. These drone swarms can communicate with each other and adapt to changing situations, making them very effective in both attack and defense. In the future, we might even see fully autonomous drones, which means they could make decisions and carry out missions without human control. While this could make military operations more efficient, it also raises ethical questions about the use of autonomous weapons in combat. Next up, let's talk about cyber warfare. Cyber warfare involves using computers and the internet to attack an enemy's systems. This can include hacking into military systems, disrupting communications, and stealing sensitive information. The history of cyber warfare dates back to the 1980s, when hackers started targeting government and military computers. One of the first major incidents was the Morris worm in 1988, which caused widespread disruption on the early internet. Since then, cyber attacks have become more sophisticated and more common. A notable example is the Stuxnet virus, which was discovered in 2010. It targeted Iran's nuclear facilities and is believed to have been created by the United States and Israel. The virus caused significant damage to Iran's nuclear program by making their centrifuges malfunction. So, what does the future hold for cyber warfare? Experts predict that cyber attacks will become even more frequent and damaging. We could see attacks on critical infrastructure like power grids, water supplies, and transportation systems. Governments and organizations will need to invest heavily in cybersecurity to protect against these threats. Another future development is the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, in cyber warfare. AI can be used to detect and respond to cyber threats much faster than humans. However, AI could also be used by attackers to create more sophisticated and harder to detect malware. The cyber battlefield is becoming more complex, and the stakes are higher than ever. Now let's talk about stealth technology. Stealth technology is designed to make aircraft, ships, and other military assets less visible to radar and other detection methods. This allows them to operate more safely and effectively in hostile environments. The concept of stealth goes back to World War II, when the Germans developed the Horten Ho 229, a prototype jet with radar-absorbing materials. However, it was the United States that truly revolutionized stealth technology with the development of the F-117 Nighthawk in the 1980s. The F-117 was the first operational aircraft to be designed around stealth principles, making it nearly invisible to radar. So, what can we expect from the future of stealth technology? Advances in materials science and design are making new stealth aircraft even harder to detect. The US is developing the B-21 Raider, a next-generation stealth bomber that promises to be more capable and versatile than its predecessors. But stealth isn't just about aircraft. We're also seeing the development of stealthy ships and submarines. These vessels use special coatings and designs to reduce their radar and sonar signatures, making them harder to track and target. In the future, we might even see the application of stealth technology to drones and other unmanned systems. This would make them even more effective in both reconnaissance and combat roles. As detection technology improves, the race to develop better stealth capabilities will continue. Now let's dive into the world of hypersonic weapons. Hypersonic weapons are missiles that travel at speeds greater than Mach 5, which is 5 times the speed of sound. At these speeds, they can reach targets much faster than traditional missiles, making them extremely difficult to intercept. The idea of hypersonic flight has been around since the early days of rocketry. In the 1960s, the US experimented with hypersonic aircraft like the X-15, which set speed records that still stand today. However, it wasn't until recently that hypersonic technology has advanced to the point where it can be used in weapons. Countries like the United States, Russia, and China are all developing hypersonic missiles. Russia has already deployed its avant-garde hypersonic glide vehicle, which can carry a nuclear warhead and maneuver at high speeds to avoid missile defenses. So, what does the future hold for hypersonic weapons? These weapons are set to become a major part of military arsenals. Their speed and maneuverability make them a game-changer in modern warfare, as they can strike targets with little warning and evade existing defense systems. However, the development of hypersonic weapons also raises concerns about a new arms race. As more countries develop and deploy these weapons, there will be increasing pressure to develop new defense systems capable of countering them. The future of warfare will likely see a significant focus on both hypersonic offense and defense. Finally, let's look at how global trade and infrastructure play a role in the future of warfare. The world is more interconnected than ever before, with trade routes and infrastructure linking countries and economies. This interconnectedness can be both a strength and a vulnerability. Historically, control of trade routes has always been a strategic objective in warfare. For example, during World War II, the Allies targeted German supply lines to disrupt their war effort. Today, the stakes are even higher, as global supply chains are essential for economic stability and military logistics. So, how is this changing the future of warfare? One major development is the use of economic pressure and cyber attacks to disrupt an enemy's economy and infrastructure. By targeting critical infrastructure like ports, pipelines, and communication networks, countries can weaken their adversaries without direct military confrontation. Another important factor is the security of global trade routes. The South China Sea, for example, is a major shipping port that has seen increased military activity and territorial disputes. Ensuring the security of these routes is vital for global trade and can be a flashpoint for conflict. In the future, we can expect to see more focus on protecting and controlling key infrastructure and trade routes. This will involve both traditional military forces and new technologies like drones and cyber capabilities. As the world becomes more connected, the potential targets for disruption and the means for defending them will continue to evolve. And there you have it, folks. The future of warfare is changing in many exciting and sometimes scary ways. From drones and cyber attacks to stealth technology and hypersonic weapons, the battlefield of tomorrow will look very different from today. Global trade and infrastructure will also play a critical role in shaping conflicts and strategies. As technology continues to advance, it's important to stay informed about these developments and consider their implications. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.